Music is like a dream, one that I cannot hear, by Ludwig van Beethoven. Music doesn't lie. If there is something to be changed in this world, then it can only happen through music. Music is a wonderful thing, and it's also can be powerful than you think. You can harness the power of inspiration and motivation by simply listening. So, students, today I shall be teaching you Class 9 English Chapter 2, and we will read about two musicians from two very different corners of the world in the inspirational collection of short stories called The Sound of Music by Deborah Cowley. The first story is about Evelyn Glennie, a percussionist from Scotland who can play modern thousands instruments to perfection. And the second story is on Ustad Bismillah Khan, the Shehnai Maestro and a Bharat Natya recipient. Before we proceed to the chapter, let's discuss. Just a second. God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. It has been said that although God took away her hearing power, she was impaired, but He gave her an extraordinary thing, that was a sense of feeling. She could feel very deeply, far more deeply than the normal people. And that is why she expresses music so beautifully. What an inspirational lady she is. So come, let us understand the story in details. Now, the story begins with a nervous yet excited 17 years old girl waiting at a crowded underground platform for the train. It was her first day at the prestigious Royal Academy of Music in London, and naturally, it was her terrifying experiences, or you can tell it her horrible experiences for her, as she was fresher straight from a Scottish firm. But Evelyn Glennie was not an ordinary girl. She was an inspiring musician who had already faced a bigger challenge. She was profoundly means she was extremely deaf. The author then describes her journey so far. Actually, Evelyn Glennie was not born deaf. Her loss of hearing was a result of gradual nerve damage. Her mother, Isabel Glennie, recounts how her daughter's loss of hearing discovered. When some call her name, Evelyn wouldn't move. And that day, Isabel realized that Evelyn could not hear. But now, Evelyn tries to hide her conditions from her friends and teachers sometime. But when she turned 11, her marks began to decline. So her headmistress urged her parents to take her to a specialist. It was then they discovered that Evelyn's hearing was severely damaged. And also specialists advised them to take her and get admitted to deaf and dumb school. But Evelyn was not a person to give up easily. She was determined to lead a normal life and pursue her interest in music. One day, she noticed a girl playing a xylophone. She just knew that, yes, this was the instrument which I wanted to play. After facing discouragement from most of her teachers, her potential was spotted by the percussionist Rob Forbes. Percussionist means a person who play the drums, the tablas, etc., etc. Now, see, in one hand, most of the teachers discouraged her, but in other hand, Rob Forbes, a famous percussionist, spotted her potentiality. So what he did, you know that? He tuned two large drums by different notes. He asked Evelyn to sense the music rather than hearing it through her ears. And during the course of time, she suddenly realized that she could feel the higher drum from northwest up and lower one from northwest down. After repeating several times the exercise, Evelyn discovered that she could sense certain notes in different parts of her body. Afterwards, she never looked back. Then she went UK with a youth orchestra at the age of 16. She also gave her solo performances and captured most of the top awards and got the mastery of some 1,000 instruments.
Music is a never-ending journey of curiosity. I always imagine the expanse and the depth of Sweden.
Evelyn
I'm
said
still
that
a child
I
as
feel
regards
the
to
music.
I'm still,
I feel the vibration. She
always
says
asking,
that
what if?
she
What if?
regularly
What if?
plays
And, it's just so
barefoot
wonderful that you can
during
look at
both
your
live
ingredients, as it were,
performances
because
and
all of
studio
these
recordings
instruments around me, they're
to
my
feel the
ingredients,
music
and
better.
it's my job to take these to make a sound meal. This was my first ever drum when I was 12 years old, which my parents gave me as a Christmas present. And this is the first pair of drumsticks I ever had, and the first practice pad as well. As you can imagine, it's hard to practice in hotel rooms as a percussionist. My whole aim when I was young was to be a concert solo percussionist. So just as we have concert pianists, concert violinists and so on, concert solo percussion, concert percussion, that's really impairment. If you reach the standard of
When she
entering
plays the
in,
xylophone,
you have
she
to be
can sense the
accepted.
sound passing up
Every
the
type of
stick into her
recognition is
fingertips.
a time for you to...
In 1991, she was presented with the Royal Philharmonic Society prestigious Soloist of the Year award. Master James Blades, who is a famous percussionist, he said that God may have taken her hearing, but He has given her back something extraordinary. What we hear, she feels far more deeply than any of us. That is why she expresses music so beautifully. Evelyn confesses that she is something of a workaholic. Evelyn in the inspiration to those. Evelyn is the inspiration to those who are handicapped people who look to her and say, "If she can do it, I can." And not the least, she has given enormous pleasure to millions. So, dear students, this is the end of our chapter. In a summarized way, it has been said that if a person with a disability once determined or make his or her mind to do something, then no one or nothing can stop them, isn't it? So that's all, student. That's it from my side. Hope you will be helpful. Thank you.